Karibu mpenzi mtazamaji on Mizpah Tv. Welcome to the Father Burning 247. Karibu to Nuru ya Asubuhi, this morning talk show. It comes to every single Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. And right now for Wellness Wednesday, we're joined by the one and only in Rugongo.
Yes, Emily.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am great.
Yes.
I thank God.
Thank God.
I think I'm still in the testimony, after hearing such a testimony, I'm still there. But nika sija recover from it.
Tuende break kidogo.
Should we take a commercial?
But kama hiyo tumechukua je kutosha, itabidi you make.
I think
accept.
You just
have to accept as it is.
But you've had a testimony.
Yes,
it was
powerful. It's good.
Yes.
Good,
so what
good,
you have?
Yes. Well, this week I hope you're doing well. Just let me have to good morning.
By the way, pole.
Kwanza hii mwezi hata hatujaonana.
By the way, since jana.
Since last month. Anyway, how are you doing this beautiful morning, this beautiful Wednesday morning?
Yes.
#Wellness Wednesday. And today, Emily, as you're aware, this week is the International Breastfeeding Week.
Yes.
Yes, International Breastfeeding Week.
Yes.
And the theme of breastfeeding this year is making breastfeeding and work.
Wait, what now?
Making breastfeeding and work. That is the theme of the year.
Okay, making breastfeeding and work.
Na kazi,
work. Okay.
You know, because the times you're in have changed, and we find that most mothers are even, they become mothers and they're still having careers. You know, we are having a lot of career women and also that are family are also mothers. And unapata inabidi sana. They have to strike that balance between being a mother and being a career woman. And this week is to celebrate that because breastfeeding is very, very important. Na just unakuja kuuliza kwa nini naleta breastfeeding wakati wa wellness. It is because breastfeeding is very, very important. This week, as we celebrate the mothers, those that are breastfeeding, we want to just acknowledge them and to ambie wellness, the wellness of breastfeeding, because it is very, very important. Other than kunyonyesha being important to the baby, it is also very, very important to the mother. Mentally.
Okay.
Na sasa hapo ndipo zinashikana na Wellness Wednesday.
Okay. This reminds me of kitambo. We used to do something and then to check kama ulinyonya sana. Do you remember?
What you
doing? You never did this, Kin?
Maybe
like you would push your nose, and then if it would produce some white, some milky, people would say umenyonya sana. So there are those who would do that na haingetoa anything, so ungeambia pole haukunyonya. So why is it important?
It is very, very important because one, other than the baby, the baby if you come notice, the breast milk is the only thing a child feeds.
Yeah.
In fact, I think for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
That is the only thing.
Yes.
And it is because it is made in a way that it helps the baby. It is made in a way that it can all those vitamins that we look for in food. And because the digestive system of the child is still being formed, the breast milk comes in a very, very important. And career women, I don't want to disapprove anything, but career women have found, we've had formula, the formula milk. It's also very good, but it actually works almost the same way, but there's something that is lost. And this is where I'm bringing this aspect of wellness, that kuna ka connection, and there's the mental wellness of the mother now, leave alone the child, because the child anapata zile nutrients, but you as the mother, there are several things that breastfeeding does. One, breastfeeding connects you with the baby. Ina give you a connection. Mtoto anajua aje mtu ni mama yake na hajaambiwa.
That moment. That is when mtoto anajua
unyanyesha. Yes,
because not everybody does that.
Very few. And especially now career women, because kazi inakuwa mingi. And unapata mtu ni jioni peke yake ameachiwa na thenani ama the house managers. Unapata sababu mtoto probably akigrow anakuwa bonded to the house manager more than the mother. And it is very, very important because you need to bond with your child for your mental health. It is very important that you get to bond with your child. And I want us to look at this, the benefits of breastfeeding. And some of them is that other than hiyo tumesema about the connection, the bond. It creates a bond between the mother and the child. The other one, your mind is at peace.
When I'm breastfeeding.
When you're breastfeeding.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably you've come across this scenario. Mtu amepata mtoto but hawezi kunyonyesha.
Yeah. Yes.
You can imagine how that does to your mind.
Yeah.
You can imagine what those people feel.
Yeah.
And it's very very important. If you're not, there are experts that can tell you, because wakati mwingine unapata mtu bado maziwa haitoki mingi, kuna mtu bado inatoka mingi pia it becomes inauma or something. And it's very good to visit your health personnel aweze kuadvise on the best way forward in term, because breastfeeding is important. Kuna mtu asiponyonyesha anaweza tafura. It reduces mpaka breast cancer, you know, inapunguza mpaka those chances of breast cancer. It's also very important. Did you know, it's funny enough that now let's talk about to the child. To the child, breastfeeding causes it's funny enough how it's connected. There's diabetes called type 2 diabetes. Chunguza watu type 2 diabetes, chunguza their suckling life. Chunguza.
Wait.
It has something to do with it, because some of the nutrients that should have been gotten were not gotten from breastfeeding. So ukipata type 2 diabetes, ebu chunguza from. So it's very important. So to safeguard even your child from certain illnesses, it is very very important too. Okay. It's very important to breastfeed, because it you know, as I said, it is balanced. Maziwa ya kunyonya, it is very balanced from nutrients, from everything. The maziwa is very balanced. Yeah. Okay, now to the parents. To the parents, it reduces, you know, high blood pressure. Wajua wakati milk is being produced, because once you become a mother, naturally maziwa inaanza kuproduciwa. And once it starts being produced, if there's nowhere to take it, you can tell me what happens. And system inaona, okay, ina produce maziwa yendi mahali. So what happens? Maziwa inakauka. And it is very important. In advice yago, at least let your child anyonye. Kuna watu walinyonya hadi miaka 4. It is allowed. It is allowed. I don't want to mention it. But it's very very important. It's very very important. Yes. It also gives you quick recovery from childbirth. Wajua inakupatia that bond, you are a mother and something is happening. In a reduce, you know, there's breastfeeding, kuna hormone na produce inaitwa oxytocin, and that helps in, you know, healing, because, you know, from the whole childbirth process inakusaidia kuheal. It also increases vile tumesema the physical bonding and also the emotional bonding. Mtu akishikwa na mamake kuna vile tu mtoto akishikwa na mamake unaona ametulia, ama hata mtoto akilia anapewa mamake anyonyeshe. Nyonyesha huyu ndio atulie. Nyonyesha. It's because si kila mtu mwenye, it's because of that bond. It also gets to establish trust. Unahisi kama umesikia ati mtoto amesema huyu mtoto ashikangu na mtu mwingine mama yake. It's because the child and the mother have bonded enough to build a trust. And did you know how you hold a child matters a lot? When you tunaenda baby showers, the way you hold that child the very first time, unamshika. It's very very important. Baby shower ni before. Okay, this is a chai bus.
Chai ndio important.
But it's baby, okay.
So how you hold the baby matters.
Yes, baby, because that is the only communication you have. So you hold mtoto brain yake register, this is not safe. Register yake, it is not safe. Vile umenishika is not safe.
That's unapata wengine ndio wameanza kulia.
Kataa gift mtu fulani, huyu alinikataa. Chunguza vile unamshikaga, ama chunguza vile ulimshika mara ya kwanza, chunguza. Because this child is growing, so many things are forming, the brain is developing, organs are growing, feelings, emotions zina build zote. So unapata zote
the defense mechanism inaingilia hapo.
Huyu vile alinishika, huyu anaweza niangusha. Sio ati huyu unamshika mtoto juu. Be careful. Also, breastfeeding to the mother reduces cost. It is cheap. It is readily available, and it is affordable. It's actually very very cheap. Emily, have you ever bought formula? Baby milk is very very expensive because they try to make sure it resembles the breast milk, of which kufanya hivyo kujaribu kutengeneza kitu yenye Mungu alitengeneza
production lazima iende juu.
Unajua pia kujaribu kutengeneza kitu kama Mungu, because trying to make now breast milk in powder form,
how now
you get it's very very costly actually baby formula ukienda pale tupate none ama those other milk formulas for children
from 1000 and above,
expensive. And unaona mtoto mdogo anajua mara nyanya. Yes, so you can imagine how long that kebe can last, especially for newborn. So it's very very important that you get to breastfeed your children. Yes, breastfeeding helps you lose weight. Yes, as you celebrate this, because chances are mtu akuwa pregnant, they add up some weight. And once after birth, some of that weight they added becomes a child. If you understand what I mean. So other than that weight, kuna ile weight sasa ya kuongeza kilo, because alikuwa anajiangalia. Yes, that too. Yeah. Alikuwa ajiangalia vizuri, akitisha mawe anakula, akitisha kasamaki anakula, very fast. Haraka very fast. You know. So it helps reduce wakati mwingine it is not it's hormonal. So it's not about ati ni wao wanataka kunaona most of the time. It's not about them, it's hormones zinafanya that those things happen. And once pregnancy imeisha, what happens? Wajisi ati wamezaa sasa tutoke. Weight sasa ilikuwa ishagainiwa. So it helps you reduce that because your kuna production process inaendelea kwa mwili yako, you know, kuna manufacturing process inaendelea kwa mwili yako, because that milk tulikuwa tunasoma it is at the right temperature at all time. It is really evil wakati ameacha kusakola itoki, akianza kusakola. So it is really very important for your mental health and wellness as you celebrate breastfeeding week this week. That you get to understand it is very, very important for you as a mother, because breastfeeding one is what identifies you as a mother. You know, kama mtu anyonyesha ni ngumu muite mother. Kama ama hajai nyonyesha, it's very hard, but it's the act of breastfeeding that, you know, makes you a mother. Yani you've brought some life, and it settles your mind. It settles your mind when you get to understand, yes, the whole process is working on. Maybe there are those people, and now the theme of this week was making breastfeeding and work. We're talking about career, because the career women mostly, because work has become too much. And remember, this bond is needed. Remember, you need to build this trust with your child. Remember, you need to watch them grow so that you don't miss out on them. Remember, you also need to get to understand, because just hapo ndipo unajua au yapendi ulijua aje na hajakwambia. It is because of observations. So probably wakati wa kazini rarely do you get to ati huyu yapendi, huyu anapenda hii na hajai kuambia, but it's how they act. Because you get to spend time with them. And for you as a parent, once you get to see that growth, ukishajua mtoto wangu apendi na hajai kuambia, that is a connection you've made with your child, and it's very, very important to your mental health. And for you, we talk about Wellness Wednesday. Wellness involves so many other factors. There's the physical wellness, there's the mental wellness, there's the emotional wellness, all those aspects. And breastfeeding week has really brought out all these aspects of wellness, because physically you'll be fit if you're breastfeeding. Mentally you'll also be fit, like I can bond. And it's very, very important when you're breastfeeding to make sure that you're in the right mood, because it's very easy to transfer your moods. It's very, very easy. So make sure you're in the right mood, and that is why we say it is very important to be in check to be in check with your, be it mental, be it physical, be it emotional, what hapo around nini. It's very, very important, because it is being transferred to the child. So this week, as we celebrate our breastfeeding week, to all the mothers, congratulations, and also go get checked. You know, breastfeeding, go get checked. Also get screening for, you know, just tusingoje tu kitu ikuje, you know, especially if you've already kama umeshanyonyesha on the bado, those screenings are free. Just go get checked, because we don't want to have it reduce, because breastfeeding reduces even the risk of getting breast cancer, and it is very, very important. So that is all we had for you for breastfeeding week. As we celebrate this breastfeeding week, ensure that you get to, if you are in that process, tuseme hivyo alafu watu anze kukuja kusema ati kina alisema tunyonyeshe na tuwezi. If you are able to, the female gender, strictly no, even if the male gender wanted to, God did treat them that way.
And I love the way with the theme that is going on. You know, there are so many companies that have really created a conducive environment for the breastfeeding moms. Because I know there's some women who say maybe tumepewa maternity leave ya 3 months, you know, so unapata after your 3 months bado unapata sijaweza kunyonyesha mtoto to the fullest. So they are told that you can have a daycare, you know, around the vicinity. You come, you after work once in a while, you go check, because I know with breastfeeding moms there is that connection. Like someone was telling me that you can even know when a baby is crying when you are breastfeeding mom. Because utasikia uchungu, mtoto wangu hayuko sawa. Yes. So imagine umesikia hivyo, ama your child is in danger, and you're very far from that child. That connection is, you know, maybe you are 20 or 10 kilometers away from your child before you go get to see your child. And also hiyo mzazi kumiss mtoto wake.
Yes.
You know, that moment is so precious. Also the child, because it is also necessary and it's also very important
Yes.
for them to get that connection. Missing out on those, on such moments, it could also be risky for
Yes.
them.
Yes.
So it's a good initiative to the companies who are doing that, creating an environment where they can, the working mothers can be able to work and yet take care of their children. Also, there's another one that came up that really, I say kudos to paternity leave, where the father is also enabled to have that opportunity.
Good. Paternity leaves are fair and they're very good. But
Yes.
then paternity leaves are for those that are really are about to take care of that. So that badala aende maternity leave tena akuwa kwa peke yake, wacha tuende sisi wote, it is our child, so that so they can be there for both of you.
Yeah.
And actually we want to give thanks because there's, with time and with careers, something has come. There's this pump
Yeah.
where instead of you getting milk, you can just pump your milk,
Yeah.
store it, so that even when you're in absentia,
Yeah.
if it's the father, at a breastfeed, so that also the father gets to bond with the child with your milk also.
Yes.
You know, maziwa ni yako lakini mwenye na bond saizi, wewe ukikuja jioni utamnyonyesha, lakini when you're away it's still your milk, still the same nutrients.
Yes.
So those pumps are very good. We have ones unapata, and they're very good for career women. So if you meet them, usiwaulize. It's very, very important. And to talk to huko kwa I remember there was some debate that was going about a woman that was breastfeeding in public. Yes, people maybe thought it was, she would have done it, but then mtoto akitaka kunyonya atakai kuja huko in public. And actually I think most women have come to understand that, especially those that are working. Atatoa tu kwa matatu. Na atalia mpaka unasikia mpaka makanga ndio anakuambia
Nyonyesha hiyo
mtoto. So we have those pumps you can breast, because alafu kuna yenye they produce a lot of milk. So you can, instead of ikukuuma, you can just pump it, store it. Akikunya mingi ana shida, ana grow. Yes.
And there's a creativity that has really come up where maybe the father is left to bond with the child, but the child is still glued to the mother.
Yes.
So this is what I'm seeing on social media people are getting to do. They are getting maybe a photo of the mother, then wanaeka so wanajifunikia, this is the photo of the mom. So ako hapo mom, mtoto definitely sianaona huyu ni mami, but at the end of the day it's the father.
That was one.
Creativity.
There was another one. The father na kamnyonyi alikuwa tu amekaa mahali matiti na kuaga. So when the baby reached out, anaona mahali chakula kinatokeanga.
Naona ndevu lakini it's no worries.
Labda ni makeup ama labda sijui kwenye
change of attire.
But chakula yangu inatokanga. Na jina taste the same, the same thing.
Yes.
Alafu unajua namsikianga, you know, you get to pia namsikianga. So we get to celebrate breastfeeding week this week, and I hope that we make breastfeeding and work.
Yes. And thank you for sharing with us that, which is very essential. And we are hoping tomorrow to get one of the people involved with that work.
Yes.
Tomorrow, all the parents, all the breastfeeding parents, or maybe a soon to be or aspiring. Unajua kuna soon to be na aspiring.
Kuna soon to be na aspiring.
Exactly.
Na kuna wako nyuma laini. Wenye wana aspire ku aspire.
Pia nyinyi mtakuwa catered for, so make sure you tune in tomorrow for Thursday, that is the Family and Health Thursday, and we just get to understand, you know, what is the right way. You know, there's so many parents who are always complaining, I don't know how I should breastfeed. Kwanza for the first time mothers, I don't know how I should breastfeed. Namshikaje, you know, unapata the nipple has cracked. How am I supposed to take care of that? And so many questions. We'll be getting to answer all of that tomorrow.
Yes, so remember this, today is Wednesday. I remind you to never let the sun go down without appreciating its warmth. For dawn may be too late. We've gotten into a new month, and I hope that this month brings you all what you've been praying for. Never let the sun go down without appreciating its warmth. For dawn may be too late. I am Rugongo. Mpaka wakati mwingine tutakapojaliwa kupatana. May the Lord bless you and the Lord keep you.
And happy new month, if I missed to
happy
say
new
that.
Month, my dear.
We'll see you after the break. I'll be back to wrap up the show. Please stay with us.